Hey folks, it's Mike again with Hills and Haulers Homesteading and Prepping. Welcome back. And today I just want to do a little video about a couple things. And you know, on previous videos I've talked about the other channels out there, prepping sites and stuff like that, survivalist sites. They're all the doom and gloomers. You know, everything is end of the world, Armageddon type of stuff, prepare your soul, here comes Jesus type of thing. And you know, I've never been that way. I've talked about that on a few of my videos. But people are preparing for the end of the world type of events, and there are channels out there that always something like act now, or do this now, or you better do this now because this end is coming, and that kind of stuff is going to happen, and panic and fear. And one of the other channels that I subscribed to on YouTube was actually covering that very topic today, and I kind of got a chuckle out of it because I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees that kind of stuff, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of talks against that. No matter how we feel about this life, how we feel about our position in the world, we can't control everything. We can't. We're going to control what we can control in our own little world. Other than that, outside of here, we can't control. We can't control the politics. You could take it and say, oh, you got to vote. You got to vote. Trust me. We voted. We vote all the time. But we got crap to choose from when we do vote. And unfortunately, those people don't tend to represent our best interests once they get there. So if you think there's a good one out there, I'm waiting to find one. But anyways, I've yet to see that. So let's get off of the politics. But anyways, back to this. He made a good point today, and I had done this before in the past when I would listen to a couple of the other channels and stuff, and the wind is just rocking here today. We didn't get near the rain that they had called for. We did get some rain, but I'm gonna tell you, if I had hair, it'd be a daggone mess right now because we have got some pretty good winds up here today. But he covered a couple topics about that, and he said, if you look back on these people's videos, he said, it's always the end. This is it, final curtain type of stuff. And I started laughing because, and not in a dark way, but I started laughing because I had actually done that before. I went and looked at some of these other people's videos, and I went back on their timeline and everything, and back on their channel, and started looking at previous videos. And sure enough, I mean, here's people talking back in 2010, 2012, when Obama was in office about, FEMA concentration camps and they're going to round us up and put us in concentration camps, and I mean, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And these people are still on YouTube. They still have active channels. They have thousands of subscribers. They have thousands of followers, and it's always the same, pardon the expression, shit from these people all the time. It's doom and gloom. It's the end. It's a government takeover. We're all going to concentration and re-education camps, and I got sources in the know, and I've got assets, and who have sources who know this, and they've heard that, and coming down a pipeline and coming down a grapevine. This is fear-mongering BS, and this is the kind of stuff that gives the prepper community a bad name. This is what puts the prepping community on the far end of the spectrum of the butt end of the jokes. This is the kind of stuff that needs to stop. And, he made a great point when he was talking about that. He said, you're not going to find conspiracy theories on the freaking internet. You're not going to find some kind of hidden gem of unknown knowledge on the freaking internet that the three-letter agencies worldwide don't know about. They control what's put on the internet. They control the traffic and the flow and the information that's out there. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And that's not a conspiracy theory. The difference between a conspiracy theory and truth is about 3 months in today's age. So the whole thing tickled me. As bad as it sounded, it was absolutely 100% true, because he's absolutely right. And I have spoken on that before in the past. But you got these people that they've got sponsors. They've got thousands of followers and subscribers. They've got Patreon accounts where people are paying membership every month. They've got people joining their membership clubs on YouTube and stuff, paying for membership dues. And the only thing these guys are spouting is conspiracy theories with absolutely positively no solid proof to back any of this shit up. And they've been spouting this shit for 10 years or more, and it's just the same stuff. And here you got guys like me and other people who are homesteaders trying to live this lifestyle, trying to break away from society, trying to break away from what society has become, trying to get off of the consumer tit, so to speak, and become as self-sufficient, as self-reliant as we can. This is why we plant our gardens. This is why we're doing as much as we can to be self-sufficient and grow our own and raise our own and produce as much of our own food as we possibly can. This is why we work like this. This is why we make videos, to share with people, to show people that, you know, it is possible. You can break that umbilical, you can cut that umbilical from consumerism significantly. That doesn't mean you're going to be completely cut off from consumerism, as much as I would absolutely love to. You know, we're probably never going to, but we can be as less dependent on it as we possibly can. And with the prices going up the way they are, you know, I talked on last night's video about the coffee that I drink. It was $8.98 a bag, and now it's $11 a bag. And this is just over the last couple months. We went to Sam's last weekend, 2 weeks ago, and a 10-pound bag of frozen chicken wings used to be like $14. And the next thing you know, it was $19. It was $30 a bag for a 10-pound bag of frozen chicken wings. You know, little drumsticks and the little wing ends and stuff, ends and pieces, I guess is what they refer to it as. $30. And just, you know, inflation is rampant. It's out of control. You know, we're even looking at the cost of feed that we're going to have to invest in this year with the chickens and stuff when we raise our meat chickens again. And also with the pigs, because we've got that extra added expense we're going to have with the pigs. But, you know, if I've got $500-600 in pig feed, letting them forage and get most of their food from the forage and from what we're going to grow out here, pumpkins, corn, squash, things like that for them, and apples and everything, then, you know, if I've got $500 in all of that, in the end, I've got a 300-pound, 350-pound pig in my freezer at the end. And with the price of pork right now, hell, on best sell, you're looking at $1.50 a pound for pork chops right now. And, you know, you're looking at ham, you're looking at sausage, you're looking at bacon, you're looking at all the lard you can get off of a full-size pig and things like that. So, I mean, honestly, the investment's going to be worth it. So, you know, it's kind of an offset, because that's food that we raise. We know what that animal's eating. We know who's going to process it, and we're going to get what we want out of this animal. We're not getting this commercialized, raised in a pen in confined areas. CAFOs, I think, is what they refer to it as. Confined animal farming operations is what they call it, CAFO, C-A-F-O. And we're not doing that anymore. You know, feedlots are terrible for cattle. Cattle are supposed to be raised on grass. You got to have grass-fed cows. You got to have grass-fed cows. Well, they are grass-fed about 80% of their life. And then the last 20% is spent on feedlots, being fed silage and grain and everything like that to get the extra fat on them and get them up to weight for butcher. But still, I prefer a more natural approach and a more natural animal. And that's why we're going to raise our pigs, you know, in the forest and a little bit of pasture with them this year. And I want them to eat what pigs should be eating. I don't want to give them a highly manufactured, highly refined food source as their only source of feed. So they'll get feed every day, but they'll not get that as an entire, you know, their entire food source. So we just get little bits. But again, you have to be very cautious about what you listen to out there and what people are putting out, because I mean, there are significant channels out there with, like I said, thousands, tens of thousands of viewers and subscribers and stuff that are just always constantly putting the doom and gloom and into the world, and I've got sources here and I've got sources there and assets in this country and assets here, and it's all BS. It's all BS, and it's fear mongering, and these people should be ashamed of themselves. And you know what? They can put the fancy videos out there with the fancy backgrounds and the fancy editing and everything else. Every video I put out there, you're going to get me telling you what's going on. And this is what's going on in my world. This is how I see things in the world around me. This is how I'm going to deal with what I see in the world around me. And in the end, I'm going to make sure that I'm taken care of, my family and my children and my friends are taken care of. And by getting this real information out to people from a rural mountain state this is what you can do. You can do this. If this is a lifestyle you crave, you can do it. It's not hard. I'm a registered nurse. I've been in healthcare for 30 years. That doesn't make me the most intelligent person on a mountain. Because I can tell you, I am not the most mechanically inclined. I don't like mechanic work because it irritates me. I don't have the patience for it. I mean, you know, back in the day, give me a mangled person and I can work on that person and just fly right through things. You give me, I mean, anything more than simple maintenance and, you know, like a big repair or something like that, and I'm spitting nails because I hate it. You know, duck and plug your ears because I'm throwing things and I'm cussing like a sailor. So, you know, those are just things that I don't like, and not things that I'm comfortable with. But this is something, as I've said before, is a lifestyle that we're stepping back to secure our future and secure our health. And this is going to solidify my children's place in this world and their future, because they're going to know how to do this kind of stuff. They're going to know how to continue this kind of lifestyle. They're going to know how to plant a garden, how to sprout seeds, how to you know, prune fruit trees to get a better yield. They're going to know how to raise chickens. They're going to know how to process chickens. They're going to know how to raise hogs. They're going to know how to process hogs. They're going to know how to build fence. They're going to know how to cut trees. They're going to do all kinds of stuff. And this is what I'm going to teach my children. This is what I want them to know. I want them to know real life. I don't want them to know the virtual aspect, the virtual end of everything from a computer screen. They need to know that kind of stuff, yes, but that is not the life that I want them to live. They're going to choose in the end, but if they never have this exposure, then they're never going to be able to make that distinction between the two. And they're not, you know, it's going to seem like the only choice they have is the virtual computer, you know, technological end of things. And that's fine if they want to get into that. But I'll go to my grave knowing that my wife and I have done everything we can to expose our children to the rural lifestyle, the self-sufficiency, the self-reliance, the food production, the processing of our own animals that we raise ethically and healthy, and raise them in an environment that they are supposed to be raised in, and how to take care of ourselves and how to provide for ourselves. Then they can take that, you know, with them into adulthood, into their future, and decide how they want to live. Because when I'm gone, this is theirs. This is theirs. When we're gone, this is all theirs. It's up to them whatever they want to do with it. And I hope that one or both continue that tradition and continue what we've taught them. And, you know, folks, I can never emphasize enough how important this is to do this now. And, you know, again and again and again, every daggone day I pull up a headline, there's a recall on some kind of food product, there's some kind of outbreak at some kind of flock or some kind of, animal, CAFO, you know, caged animal or confined animal farming operation. There's something all the time. And we got to get away from it. We have got to get away from it. And we have to live our lives like we were meant to live our lives. We have to live that lifestyle and, you know, do as much as we possibly can. We don't need to be getting food from foreign countries like this. We don't need that global food supply. We need local, we need stable, we need safe. And if I can do that here for my family and we can work together and produce that for ourselves, that's exactly what we're going to do. And damn be the naysayers out there who are saying that their sources and their assets and their buddies who were former this and their buddies who were former that are saying this and saying that. Let me tell you something, folks. You don't have the inside scoop on anything. So that being said, I'm not going to stand here and rant and rave. I'm just going to tell you, turn off the news. I scan over the headlines on my phone every once in a while. I don't listen to news. I don't, watch videos on news. I don't do none of that stuff because I don't want to hear it. It is only what they want you to hear is what they're sending out. And it's a fear-producing machine. Turn the damn news off. Take your freaking masks off. Enjoy your life. Live your life. And try something different. If this is your dream, get after it because it's available to you. Folks, that's going to be it for this evening. Sound like I'm going to get on to some kind of soapbox here, but I'm really not. I just... listening to him talk about that today just kind of reminded me of what I had said a long time ago when I first started these videos. And I just wanted to rehash that out there and get that information, because it is true, and it's absolutely true. And as I scanned through a lot of those channels today looking, it just reminded me again, yes, this is the same crap these people put out, and they've put out for 10 or 15 years. It's the same fear-mongering stuff. Everything that they've predicted has never come true. All of the fear and the worry and everything that they've put out there, none of it has come true. But yet they thrive. The real misinformation is coming from within. Nikita Khrushchev said in 1961 that they will destroy America without ever firing a shot, because they will do it from within. Well, guess what's happening? There's a real term called troll farms. I had no idea. These people that you argue with online, that you debate, they're probably not your neighbor. They're probably not from your town, your county, or even your own state. They are more than likely from a foreign country with a fake profile doing a misinformation campaign. And this is what we need to stop. If you don't agree with something on social media, scroll on by. Believe me, I see stuff and it pisses me off all the time, because it goes against my beliefs, it goes against my values, it goes against my morals, it goes against every fiber of my being. And I have had to learn and force myself to just scroll on by, unfollow that page, delete that article, do whatever I have to do. There is absolutely no reason we should be doing that to ourselves, and we are just playing right into that trap of destroying ourselves from within, because we are so divided right now as a nation. We're not even looking at each other as Americans anymore. Everybody's got to be a hyphenated American. There's got to be some kind of recognition of every month for every breed, status, creed, whatever out there. You know what? In the end, we're all human. And it's divisive to separate us as different humans, even though we are different in ways. In the end, we are all the same inside. And I've seen the insides of just about everybody. So I know that we all look the same on the inside. So this stuff has got to stop. So don't argue with people. Don't try to lay facts on people, because they're not there for that. This is a misinformation campaign, and you're playing right into what they want you to do. So I don't care if it's Susie Q. Jones from Anytown, USA. That's a fake profile. She's full of shit, and you're playing right into her hand. So scroll on by. Stop giving these people the ammo and the fuel that they need to advance their agendas. Now that's it. I'm done for this evening. I'm going in and chill out with the puppies until the wife and the kids get home from Cub Scouts. So take care. God bless. Keep prepping. If you're like-minded and you like the content of this channel, give us a like. Leave us a comment on the YouTube channel. Share this content with friends and folks that you know are like-minded, and let us know what's going on in your world. Thank you, folks. Take care, and God bless.